Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Read TFOS, where I take old stories I've narrated and update them to modern audio standards. This particular story is called Human Trading, written by hitchopottimus. The humans were lying to us. It was the only explanation. Year after year, the humans sent their recruits to the Galactic Union Training Center, and every year, it became clear that they had an advanced level of training already. Yet, again and again, the humans denied providing such training. They claimed they only provided an academic education, but what we observed went beyond that. Situational, tactical analysis, hunting and stealth preparation, squad tactics, it wasn't instincts. We have ways of measuring that. It was learned behavior. All of that is why I find myself at a human school. I came to observe their education firsthand, to see if the humans were trying to sneak something into their classrooms that would explain this. During the morning session, I had found nothing. The humans were teaching academic subjects, like they said. Now, the time allotted for the midday meal was nearly over. Always prompt, I returned to the classroom and found the teacher I was assigned to, sitting behind a desk in an otherwise empty room. "Gornak, you're really early," she said, looking up with a startled expression. "Only a few of your minutes," I said. "Surely that isn't that odd. Doesn't the meal period end at 12:30? "Well, yes, but then there's half an hour for recess, so the kids won't be back in the classroom until 1. "Recess? No, of course. So recess isn't in the classroom. My briefing material had been oddly silent about what this recess thing was, but I didn't want to reveal my ignorance. It seemed a unique human concept, but whenever we had asked, the humans had laughed it off, like it was wholly unimportant. She sensed my confusion. They didn't explain recess, did they? Typical bigwigs, ignoring anything not immediately task-related. Recess is a period, usually after lunch, where we kind of just let the kids unwind, have fun, play outside, and do whatever they want to do. I was alarmed. You just leave your children unsupervised for 30 minutes in the middle of the day? She laughed. No, we keep an eye on them, making sure they don't wander off or aren't being inappropriate towards each other. We found that it's tough for kids to maintain focus for a full day, and having this break in the middle helps with concentration. Plus, they get to have fun and play games on their own." "Would you mind if I observed the students during the recess?" I asked. "Of course not. You just walk out the back door and they'll be in the play area." I hadn't even noticed that the building had a rear ingress, much less looked to see what lay behind it. But I was able to find my way there. I was not prepared for what I saw. The first thing I noticed was a chaotic metal structure, with various tubes connecting to one another. The human children were grabbing the tubes and climbing all over it. No wonder they came to the training center with advanced abilities in treetop reconnaissance. Here was the training center. I saw other children practicing advanced acceleration and deceleration G-force acclimation, including bailout techniques. I saw others doing high-speed hunting predation simulation. After observation, it became clear that one was designated the hunter. The children called that status being it. The others were designated prey. When the hunter caught the prey and touched him or her, that child became a new hunter. I observed a similar training activity, only rather than focusing on physical pursuit, this allowed the prey students to set a period of time in which to camouflage themselves before a predator child began to track them. There were squad games, where liberating a key item from the enemy's sphere of influence was the goal. Another, which was more of a live-fire exercise, with a large red rubber ball simulating a thrown explosion. There was a spinning device to train in dizziness and resistance, and so much more. I had found it. I had found the humans' training facility. No wonder they were so secretive about this recess. I would be filing my report in the morning and requesting reprimands for the humans for hiding their training techniques within their children's alleged break. Part 2. Report on human training submitted by Special Envoy from the Galactic Union, Gornak. As you are aware, we have long sought the secret to humans' advanced training of their youth. Ladies and gentlemen and others of the Council, I have found it. The humans have taught their children training measures as a form of recreation. We never found it in their official reports because these games are handed down almost exclusively via oral tradition, and where they are not, they are considered such trivial activities by humans that materials on them are never produced. At first, I believed the humans were intentionally hiding this activity from me. But once I discovered it and questioned them about it, they were almost too happy to provide me with information about these activities. What's odd about it is that humans themselves seem completely oblivious to the training value of these activities. Have conducted little formal study of the matter, and have few, if any, formal compendia of knowledge concerning them. However, every human I talked to about these games would gush excitedly about them, and how they gained pleasure from them in their youth. While the humans may be ignorant of their extent to which their so-called recreational activities are, in fact, survival and military school trainings due to the bizarre cultural blind spot, such ignorance does not excuse their lack of candor with the Council, nor their subjecting their younglings to such harsh activities. I leave the appropriate sanctions to the Council. Ambassador Frank Price turned over the report and sighed. Really, the aliens wanted to make an issue about elementary school playtime. Well, he needed to be ready. Barney, get me Dr. Martin Scarn. I need to talk to the good doctor. Again. Dr. Scarn was the leading expert on comparative pterobiology and xenobiology. If anyone could help them figure this out, it was him. He's on line 1, Ambassador. Thanks, Bonnie. Martin, we've got another one. The Gornak report? Yeah. I had a feeling you'd be calling me about that one. So, what do you know? Here's the first thing you have to understand. Earth is an incredibly energy-rich environment. Many creatures, including humans, often run caloric surplus. Okay. Are you saying that that's not the case elsewhere? Heavens no. Most life exists counting every calorie it needs to survive. Okay. So what does this have to do with the situation? When you are counting calories to survive, overactivity is a threat to your existence. Downtime is spent lowering the metabolic rate. Play is a luxury you don't have. While most sentient beings have found ways to generate energy and food to make those original struggles obsolete, the biological imperative to preserve energy remains. As such, they did not develop the type of play impulse that we did. What do you mean by play impulse, Doc? Well, in an energy-rich environment, at some point avoiding being eaten becomes a greater survival need than calorie preservation. Animals who used their caloric surplus to train themselves had a better chance of not being killed and therefore of surviving than those that did not. And, well, biology tends to find a way to encourage behaviors, so we developed boredom. Wait, what? Boredom? It's a survival tactic. It encourages us to participate in activities that train our minds and bodies for survival purposes. Wait, are you saying that this guy is right? That kids' games are a form of survival training? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we didn't design them that way, but that's what makes them fun. The simulation of danger and the need to win create an endorphin rush. But it's just how we're wired. It's so baked into the way we think that the idea that Xenos might see it different isn't something that bigwigs ever thought of. So, what do I do now? Honestly, apologize and offer to share our information with the Galactic Union. Just because play doesn't come natural to them doesn't mean they can't learn it. Besides, haven't you always wanted to see a Kogalin play soccer? Ambassador Bryce smiled. He could work with this. End of story. I would like to thank our T5 members and patrons, Casper Arnholtz, John Creighton, Vidmori, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.